Hey folks, my name's Chris Wessel. Today we're going to be tying a pattern called the Sunray Shadow, and we're going to be tying it on a tube. This pattern has been huge for Atlantic salmon in Scandinavian countries, so without further ado, let's get on into it.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to do for our Sunray Shadow is we're going to take a tube and we're going to just flare out one side of that tube. You can do this after or before. I've done it both ways. Today we're going to do it before. I'm just going to have that needle ready and I'll show you why. But basically I want to be able to get that needle in there before that dries out and just kind of jam it up against that metal at the end and it'll give it a nice flat, as you can see. So we'll put our needle in. I'm sure it's called something else other than a needle. I don't really care. And I just use this knob. This is just a no-name tube holder, but it works really well. This kind of slides ahead and holds this really still. So the thread we're going to start off with today is a UTC 70. And I'm just going to come back from the end a little bit and make a thread base. I'm going to take my time a little bit here because I want that head to turn out nice afterwards. So the first thing we're going to use today is a bit of Arctic Fox. And we'll take a clump roughly that size there. And I'm just going to pull out some of that under fur. I'm not going to pull it all out because it gives it a nice full look if you leave some in there. That should do there. I'm going to come up and I want this to extend past the back of the tube. This is a fairly long fly in length. So I put a few wraps down. I'm just flattening that fur now with my fingernail. And we want the wing on this fly to lay pretty flat. And we just come in and try to trim that as close as possible. But now you see why I left a little bit of room to the end. Because I can rarely get the get it cut, flush to the thread. Alright, so our next material is going to be Temple Dog in a black. I think normally people use goat on this pattern. I had some Temple Dog here that I really wanted to try out, and this pattern was perfect for it. So I just kind of pick out a little clump of like nice straight fibers. And I'm looking for something roughly, yeah, that should be nice there. We're going to come up and we're going to just pull out some of that under fur. We're going to size up where we are here. And that is, yeah, that should be gorgeous there. So you can come back a little bit too and just pull out some of that shorter stuff. And I'll just wet it a bit just to keep it together nicely. And again, a couple wraps, a couple few, and we're just taking our fingernail and we're flattening that out again. And is there a chance to kind of look everything over, see if you like the look of it? I really do. And we're cutting the tip on that. So the next material we are going to use is peacock. Now, it's recommended to actually use like peacock from like a full peacock feather, like with an eye and stuff included. I don't actually have any of that on hand at the moment, so we're just going to use some stringy type peacock, and I'm just picking ones that actually have the tips still intact, and I'm lining up those tips. so I'm picking out 3. I've seen people do 2 to 5 actually. I think 3 is nice. It does not overdoing it. And all of our tips are lined up there. And we're just going to have that come up on the wing and extend pretty much to the tip. Or even just beyond is nice too, I think. And we're going to do a few wraps again, and we're just going to size everything up. I find now is a good time to kind of wet your finger and just run it down the wing and just make sure everything's looking nice. I really like the look of that now. Cut off all our extra. And we are, normally I would use super glue. I don't have any at my desk here right now, so we're going to use a bit of head cement. That'll do the job too. If it wasn't gummed up at the tip. Sorry folks. There we go. Alright. And I'm just going to seal the deal here. I'm just going to have a quick look. You get a little bit more white showing on your side, but that's alright, as you can see from my side. And I'm going to finish off with a whip finish that I know I'm doing wrong, but don't learn how to whip finish from me. It still ties a knot, but it was definitely the wrong way to do it, and my muscle memory has not allowed me to change. So we're finished tying in everything, and we're just going to put our first coat down of head cement, and then afterwards I'll either go over this a couple times with a bit thicker head cement, or I'll even use UV resin, and it just leaves a really nice finish on this fly. So that is how I tie a Sunray Shadow. Thank you guys very much for watching the video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd really appreciate if you did. If not, not a big deal either. Just happy to have you along. So until next time, take care.